Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, the lore, and the crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Take it away, Cameron.
Oh, listen, I have a grievance.
Okay.
Here I told them right before we hit record, I wanted to bring this up.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, listen, this past Monday, we released an episode of The Social with our really good friends, Chase and Paige Wagner.
That's right. We love them too.
They're beautiful people.
Yep.
It was a beautiful episode, and the documentary is going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing.
Can't wait.
However,
Okay.
I have a grievance.
This could
against
be
you two.
anything.
During this episode, it's hard to hear because I edit pretty well on it.
Okay.
But
I know where this is
was
going.
drinking an old fashioned that Josh's father made for me.
Yep.
And it was really good.
You're welcome.
It's
Duke
really good.
Mills.
Those skills were not transferred down.
But the issue, there was a little bit of orange pulp or orange peel pulp or something from
Candied orange peel pulp, we call it.
There was a slice of orange peel in there, but there was a little piece of pulp that got kind of hit the back of my throat.
Okay. You've
While
had problems swallowing things in the past.
That's not true.
I recall this.
While we were recording,
okay.
I had this moment where I thought I was gonna have to stop the whole show.
Did
I
you
mean, I was
notice it?
coughing, but I was trying to. You know how you try to stop coughing and it just makes it worse.
You're trying to salivate and swallow
You're
that.
trying to
coat
not
the
make
cough?
any noise, and you feel like you're about to explode a little bit.
I just want to say Cameron was coughing, and myself, Joshua, our two guests, our entire crew, literally pivot away from him
said nothing
to just not look at him like passing on.
You guys
didn't even
didn't
hear it.
acknowledge me. You looked away in shame. And I thought I was just going to roll off the chair and just
It wasn't
Best case
necessarily,
scenario.
it wasn't in shame. It was just we believe the show goes on. We've said that for 147
Listen,
episodes.
I can understand that.
And it's sad that you're going, but we'll deal with that when the episode's done. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't appreciate it, but I guess I do.
No need.
I understand. Plus, we had guests.
Right.
But how bad would you feel if I passed out and you had two guests in there?
It would be canceled out because you embarrassed he embarrassed me so bad by dying in front of the guests.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Like we've
it's
talked to you about that before.
I do get that.
I'm sad about you passing on, but I'm
Right.
also embarrassed that you died in front of my friends.
Yeah, pick a better place.
It makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, headlines.
Headlines.
All right. We got some good ones this week and every week.
Every week. Last week was good.
Last week was
What about the
golden.
roller coaster?
That's right.
What? Okay, well, I don't remember that one, but I got a roller coaster for you tonight.
Okay.
All right, so our
Nice.
first one, we have a Florida woman,
Okay.
all right, who she feels the need to call herself an ambulance and tell them, or fire rescue, that she needed CPR.
Okay.
So she
Oh,
calls
okay.
them to tell them,
Yep.
hey, I need CPR. Can you come find me? So fire and rescue come out. They check on her. They said, do you need to be treated? She says yes.
With CPR.
Okay. Well, you diagnose yourself as far as
Right.
What's the symptom?
She's pulled herself.
Not even the symptom. It's like what treatment do you
I
need?
need CPR.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, so they start taking her over to an ambulance, and she dips out. Right. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she was on a stretcher and then she dips, but as soon as she got close to the ambulance, she dips and she starts running in the road, starts kind of yelling, and they're like, "Do you still need to be treated?" Because she's just acting erratically.
Okay.
She's
said-
out of breath though.
Yeah, but they're like, do you need to be treated? Yes, I do.
Wow.
And at this point, she's still just kind of running around
Right.
back and forth in the street. And this is kind of funny because it says that the police officer, the St. Augustine police officer, kind of gets into his car. And he's like, well, I mean, she's just acting erratic. I had no reason to chase her.
Oh, well, I think that's
I'm like,
actually the reason.
I think that's kind of a weird
Yeah.
statement.
If I want you to police anybody, it's the woman who's running
the
erratically
street.
through
in
the
the street.
streets.
Yes.
Yeah. And you don't even
Absolutely.
have to police, you don't have to bring your full police knowledge.
100%.
Just bring your taser.
yeah. Now, I do understand the discrepancy.
Yes.
Right.
Because you need CPR.
Yep.
But then it hits you as you're on the way into the ambulance.
Don't like big trucks.
Well, that, and it's going to be
Well, they're
expensive.
scary. Ambulances,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
expensive.
Wow,
but
too.
Yeah.
he's in the police officer now is in his vehicle thinking it's fine. He might be like looking her up. Let's give him some benefit of the
Okay.
doubt.
Yeah.
here.
But his shift was almost over too.
That's
Right.
probably what it was.
If I can wait this out 5 minutes, I'm good.
Dinner was cooking at home.
You
But
give
all,
her a big lead. She's gone.
all of a sudden, though, he hears yelling.
Okay.
Okay, coming from the fire truck.
Okay.
Who showed up to this fire truck? Ambulance,
Fire rescue.
cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Whole
all
team.
show up. Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole team.
So he hears yelling coming from the fire truck, the fire engine specifically, the big boy.
The big
Yeah.
boy.
Oh.
And he hears them yelling, "She's stealing the truck."
No.
Oh, my God.
So officers
Wow.
get out, and this lady
I
is
love it.
trying to steal the full blown fire engine with fire
Course.
fighters there
Yeah.
and police there and ambulance. Like she's like legitimately trying to hijack.
When you want to start your own fire department,
Right.
Okay,
You wanna-
Volunteer-
you
she
wanna
her-
place-
She wanted to sign up to be a volunteer fire.
She's hoping they're gonna basically sow a seed into her fire truck ministry.
Oh,
So they're giving her this free truck.
right.
you remember when you were a kid?
You
and
got to
were
pull
like-
your own chair.
You were
up
like
if you're gonna
playing
do it.
sports. You're like, I hope someone sees me and like invites me on the team because they see my skills.
Right.
I think she jumped in and she thought they're going to see my driving skills.
I can do this.
I see
Invite me
what
on the
you're
squad.
saying. I see
Give
what
me a
you're saying.
chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You're saying she didn't need CPR?
Nope.
Okay.
No, she ended up needing.
She could breathe, so that was the one thing that.
Oh, I got
Yep.
you.
She
I
ended up
gotcha.
needing to be arrested. So they asked her if she was under the influence of anything.
Mm.
I feel like that would be the first question.
Yes.
Easily.
Not the you don't usually wait for somebody to steal a fire truck
No.
until you ask that.
You don't
Ma'am-
have to check that box off for me to think you're on drugs.
Ma'am, have you had a little bit of meth this evening?
Right. She said that she had taken the elixir of life,
There it
Oh,
is. There it
yeah.
is, baby.
which
Street
That-
street drugs are getting cool names.
that's up to you, whatever you want to envision that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that means to you.
Exactly.
I call that Holy Communion.
Come on.
All right. Our next headline, we have a Florida woman from the villages.
Come
Oh, wow.
on.
Okay.
All right.
I bet
so,
she's healthy.
Well, she's healthy.
Okay.
Nude.
And she's not nude. All right. I understand why you would jump to that
Yep.
because most of them are nude.
Wild.
But she's not. No, she is driving her golf cart.
Mm-mm.
She's chilling. She's doing, her.
Mhm.
She's just driving.
10 and
Sure.
2.
Man, there are like,
Right.
if you ever have gone over to the villages or kind of know anything about it, and we've talked about it, golf cart streets everywhere,
Hundreds
literally
of miles.
roads
right.
designed for golf
Yep.
carts, bridges
Yep.
over highways, tunnels that are just for
Bridges,
golf
yeah.
carts. Well, she ended up not deciding to take one of those roads. She
Okay.
decided to take the Florida Turnpike
Good.
Mm.
in her golf cart.
Yep.
Florida Turnpike is basically an interstate.
Yep. It's a fast way to get
It is
somewhere.
Yeah.
extremely fast, but it's also curvy.
Okay, so let's say
Turnpike's
this.
a little like
It's a little more
sketch.
curvy.
The
than
same
you would
thing
want.
was said about me in high school.
You're
a little
fast
more
and curvy.
curvy.
Fast and curvy.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. The fastest
And sketch.
golf cart
Yes.
that you can think of, Josh, top of your head.
35, 40 miles an
So
hour.
she's going 35 on an interstate, basically.
He didn't even ask the person with the article.
Well, Josh used to work at a golf cart
Thank
factory.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
She's going 25.
Whoa.
She didn't have the high
She didn't
speed.
have the gas.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so she's going on a middle class golf cart
Right.
on the
Yep.
interstate,
Exactly.
butt naked.
No, she's got clothes on.
Okay, sorry.
But she is going 25 miles per hour in a golf cart on an interstate.
But the clothes
And,
were ripped off by a passing semi. That's what you're thinking.
So, anyways, a road ranger. okay,
Nice.
Which,
Yeah.
they're there to protect
Good
everyone.
Samaritans.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He
they do that job
sees-
for free.
Yep.
What? Okay. He sees her and decides to pull behind her just to really protect her. Now,
Right.
a road ranger is not like an officer. They're just like the
Yep.
people that are helping you change tires on the side of
Yeah.
the road.
Right. For free.
In traffic and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, he's able to get her to the little plaza in the middle of the turnpike. And
Yeah.
Okahumpka.
Yeah, with the church's chicken is
Yeah,
there.
Okahumpka.
Yeah.
And so at that point, an officer comes up and, what's going on? Did you take a wrong turn?
Right. That's actually a logical assumption.
Yes. And she said, yeah, I think I did. I don't know
Oh, yeah?
how.
I can't find my house.
Right. And she said, I had about 3 drinks with dinner
There
at
it is.
Brownwood Square in the
There it is.
Villages. And
There we
her
go.
alcohol level was double the legal limit.
Now, I just want to say this. I don't want to give legal advice on this show.
Oh, well.
Yeah, don't.
But if you've had a couple drinks and you're on the interstate in a golf cart, don't tell the cops you've had a couple drinks.
Oh, wow.
Say you're
Okay.
lost. Just say, I took a wrong turn.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she started there and then she couldn't stand up fully. So,
Okay.
Well, all you
I would
say is
assume.
I'm old. I have weak bones.
Yeah. Look at
what
these
does that have
bones.
to do with anything?
Yeah, I'm not drunk. I'm just old and have
Would
weak
you rather
bones.
would you rather be
Your
known?
weak bones make you take
It
wrong
makes,
turns?
Well, it makes me not stand
No,
up.
that's why you just can't stand up.
Oh,
But like,
okay.
would you rather
Weak
be
femur.
known? Would you rather be
Yeah.
known as somebody with a weak femur,
Yep.
weak bones, or somebody who has had
A DUI.
right?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand.
Weak bone Wayne.
Yeah.
That's what they called me in high school.
WBW.
Yeah.
Two in the same story.
Thanks.
All right, our next headline, we have a Florida man that was pulled over by cops for reckless driving because
Okay.
he was kind of weaving in and out of traffic, pulling into the grass medians and turning lanes to,
a big
to pass
indicator.
cars.
Yep.
You hate those people, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're on the interstate and you see somebody trying to pass you from the median,
oh,
or if you're in traffic,
Oh,
like sit
my
still
God.
traffic and they're
Wow,
using
yep.
the emergency lane and like
Yeah.
flying by.
I
Yeah.
pray
I
their
get
car
so
flips
upset.
over.
Yeah. Flip over.
So anyways, they pull this guy over.
Yeah.
And, he immediately gets out of his SUV.
I've had a few drinks. I have weak femur.
He bends over, puts his hands on the wet floor,
Okay.
and he begins twerking for the Citrus County's sheriff's deputy in the pouring rain in Inverness.
You got to drop it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
Whenever
There's
you're
a lot of
the
stuff here.
stresses of weaving in and out of traffic and,
right,
committing
Right.
crimes,
right.
sometimes you just have to let that stress go and twerk it out,
Yeah.
baby.
You're driving from the cops. You
Yeah.
know the cops are after you,
Yep.
but you're also accidentally listening to Cardi B.
Oh, yeah. There's no accident there.
You get out, and all you can do is shake it.
All you can.
Amen.
What do you think?
Amen.
What do you think he heard? Like, obviously, the cop's like, "Brr, brr, "Get out!"
Booty, 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 walking everywhere.
And he's like, "I'm gonna
Yeah.
get this."
I'm gonna drop it.
found you.
Yeah.
This new booty.
So anyways, this guy gets out and he's like, what are you even scared of? To the deputy. What are you
He-
scared of?
He said that to the deputy?
You
Yeah.
scared of these cheeks?
Cop's like, I'm not scared of nothing, man.
These cheeks aren't gonna shoot you.
He's like, I'm just welcoming you, bro.
He said, what are you scared of? I got knives, you got a gun.
Whoa, what?
You
Yeah.
don't have to admit to knives.
Which is like a threat and like
Yeah.
unnecessary like information all in one.
Yeah, back it
Um,
up.
Mhm.
So after several attempts from the deputy to get this guy to listen
Stop
and to
twerking.
stop
Right.
twerking,
Yeah,
they ended up tasing him in the middle of the road as he was walking away.
yeah.
There's nothing worse than like trying to impress somebody by twerking and you end up getting tased.
Yeah.
That is embarrassing, but I feel like, this is probably going out on a limb, but were there drugs involved?
It doesn't say.
No.
Okay.
I picture this guy, Dockers,
That's fine.
khaki Dockers, tucked in polo.
Yeah,
He's just doing his best out there.
he's feeling good,
Yeah.
coming back from the office.
And then
This-
gets 2 barbs in the butt.
yeah, stress of the modern workplace. And he has a twerk off.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he says to the cops, what are you scared of?
What are you scared of, honestly?
Do you win or do you lose?
Now,
if
let
you-
me ask
if you
well,
get
let me ask you something.
electrocuted?
Let me ask you something. If someone is twerking
Yeah.
and they're looking over their shoulder at you
Mm.
and they say to you, what are you afraid of? Like, how do you respond to that?
I
Like
should,
I'm
processing
married?
that is like,
Yeah, like
man, a lot like depression or like.
I'm saying, like in the cop's defense, if I'm
But I
carrying
feel like
a
you
taser,
really kind of, in that moment when somebody's twerking and for
Yeah.
you
right,
For
and
you.
asking what are
It's a
you
gift.
afraid of, I
Right.
feel like you're gonna like really get in depth.
because it's rude to
what
reject
am
it.
I afraid of?
Yeah, what am I?
I
afraid
see
of?
what you're
Yeah.
saying. Holy
Yeah.
crap, that's deep, bro.
That
I think
is
so.
deep.
Huh?
All right, our next
So
headline.
he went to jail.
Of course.
Okay, gotcha.
Our next headline, we have a Florida man. We're just going to keep this on the same kind of theme here.
Twerking.
He is passing through multiple toll booths
Okay,
Done
Right.
that.
cheapskate.
over
Yeah.
the next over like 6 days. Okay.
Uh-oh.
He decides to go through a bunch of toll booths and expose himself.
Okay,
He wants
Hold
to
on.
show his.
They can see that?
What do you
Well,
mean? What? No.
There's a
He's not going through like the express
Oh.
lane.
Phew.
He's going.
He's going
Oh.
up to the person.
He's going
the
through
poor
the.
person who's trying to take their money.
He's
Well,
going
that's
through
a
the
relief.
booths to the person that is collecting change.
Yeah.
And he is
Yes.
showing a little bit more. He might be. He should be the one collecting dollar bills.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Honestly,
I see.
if you don't have any pants on,
Yep.
why are you paying somebody else?
Right.
That's true.
I see. Dollar bill.
Yeah.
y'all.
You should be asking somebody else
Yep.
to put that dollar
I see
bill
what you're
somewhere.
saying.
Do you
That-
accept that money or do you give him a free?
No, that's
Maybe
blood.
that's his thing.
That's
like-
blood money.
Oh,
You don't take
Yeah.
blood money.
This
I
is
don't
over
accept
6
that money.
days, like multiple
Now,
toll booths.
there was
He
a
hit
scam. I'll say
bunch of
this:
them.
when the Florida Turnpike was first put in,
Go on.
that toll booth, there was a scam that was going on. It's about 15 years ago, where people would take 20s and 50s,
Mhm.
and because it was known that they couldn't take big bills,
Mm.
so they would just wave you through.
Nice.
And I'm wondering if this is like the new rumor.
Yep.
If you go through, maybe flash a piece,
Yep.
they'll let you through without having to pay. Maybe he's
Yeah.
fallen
Right.
victim to this.
Yeah. Like you go through the toll booth and you're like, what are you afraid of?
Yeah. My big bill.
I'm afraid.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's pretty good. Oh, okay. Our next headline.
Yes.
All right. So we have a Florida man who opens up a new car. I think it's an auto shop.
Okay.
Love it.
Love it.
And an auto repair shop. He started this business with his wife.
Mhm.
And that day that he opened it up, he gets $1 million because he scratched off a $5 scratch off the day that his new business opened up.
Okay.
Do you think like he's like, I'm doing this is my passion. I really want to do this.
Right.
And he dumps the savings into it. And he's like, nah.
He just gets that $1 million.
He's
He's
like,
like,
I'm done for
I didn't
life.
actually want to do this.
Yeah.
I just didn't
That's
want to work somewhere else.
Crazy. I would be terrified that I would be accused of some kind of laundering or something. You know what I mean? Like the coincidence
Well,
there.
I mean,
Lotto
if you're
laundering.
holding up the lottery ticket and said, I'm not laundering money, I just won this.
Well, they say if you're opening a business, don't do scratch offs that day.
Right.
That's true.
They would
Exactly.
think
And he
that you're
fell for it.
laundering. Yep.
Right.
So what was the business he was opening again?
Auto repair shop.
Okay, gotcha. So he's still doing that?
I don't know.
It's only
what
a
I'm
mill,
interested in.
though.
Yeah.
A mill goes faster these days.
Yeah.
When we got our first mill, I thought that it was going to last us a lot longer than it did.
It didn't.
No. It's not like blank check mill.
No, that guy had water slides in his backyard.
He
mill.
bought a castle.
Yeah. This guy's paying off college debt mill.
This guy, Cam's never seen blank check.
No.
Look at him.
I've seen blank check. Are you kidding? We've talked about it on the show
His
before.
youth.
All right. So our last headline that we
Okay.
have a
Aw.
Jacksonville man.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. He gets into his car. Okay. His Nissan Altima. He goes up, gets into his car, and all of a sudden this super loud bang just fills the
Mhm.
entire cab of his
Meteor,
car.
right?
Atom bomb.
Probably both of those at the same
Okay.
time.
Yep.
He looks down and he realizes that he sat on a gun that he had in his front seat,
That's fine.
and he shot himself in
The big bill.
the big bill.
Really?
And, right there in his front seat of his Nissan Altima.
Okay.
Well, I think that's the
you don't
first
got
rule.
you don't have to
of-
car shame him.
Yeah.
I'm not car shaming.
you
I'm
said
just
it with a
painting a
tone.
picture.
Yeah.
No, it's more like the angle of those seats.
I see what you're saying.
Angle.
If
the
you know
dangle.
anything about a Nissan Altima,
Relaxed.
I'm sorry.
those
I'm
front
not
seats
trying to
are
interrupt
angled
you.
up.
What did you just say, Joshua?
What did I say?
Okay.
What did he say?
He said the angle of the dangle.
That's the gun and the angle.
I see what you're saying. So now did he go to jail?
No, he went to the hospital. Oh,
Okay.
actually, hold on. He
I
went to the
need
hospital. Went to the hospital, had surgery, obviously.
Okay.
Yep.
And then it is possible he will be facing charges for possessing a firearm because he is a
Yes.
because he's a
Yeah.
convicted felon.
Oh.
Well, you have to lie. You have to say, "Look, I
true.
was sitting down in my car.
I-
A rival,
Right.
somebody,
Yep.
came up, shot my big
Bingo.
bill.
My
Yeah.
groin, yeah.
Here I am.
Who laid a gun in my seat?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
It was a booby trap.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
So I got a letter,
Okay.
but before I get there,
All right.
I wanted to give you an update on apartment life.
That's
Oh,
right,
wow.
because
Yeah.
we talked about that last week.
The doo-doo divide.
Yes.
What we talked about. I'm not going to be
divide.
updating you on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Things haven't really panned out yet.
Okay.
Wayne had a gold line in that, by the
What
way.
was it?
He said something about doo-doo Batman. Like,
Yeah.
you were talking about, people picking it up or not. He's like, so there's like a doo-doo vigilante?
Yeah, doo-doo
Like
Batman.
a doo-doo
Wow.
Batman?
Thank you,
I was
guys.
really impressed.
Thank
I
you
was
for
hoping
that.
he was going to expound on how he pictured a doo-doo Batman
I don't recall even
Going
saying
about
that line,
his
so
vigilante
I'm happy to
duties.
hear it.
So, apartment life.
Yeah.
I'm finding all these new, I guess, services or
Okay.
options.
Right.
And I recently came across a pay by pound laundry.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's a good
How many
service.
pounds of laundry can one person have?
That's what I said.
I think like a load of laundry is 3 pounds.
That's not bad.
so.
That's
It's
not
like,
bad at all.
well, the washer and dryer they give you is about the size of a pizza, a 12-inch pizza.
Okay.
So you can do about like 2 pairs of pants.
Okay.
In the in-unit
So you're
washer
saying,
dryer.
okay, in your apartment.
Yep.
Okay. You have
So,
a very tiny washer and
very
dryer.
tiny.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So I've got a lot of clothes.
Yeah. You do.
I do. I'm fitted.
Yeah.
Fashionista.
So
Full denim right now.
full denim actually.
Yeah.
So I contact this company.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's like $1 something. They tell me the real price. I forget it.
Yeah.
$1.29 or something per pound.
Money's not an option.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
No, because I got a scale and I was
Right.
like, oh, that's only like 50 pounds of laundry.
Yeah.
What?
So they go, it's 24 hours. So just put it outside in bags
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
and we'll come get it. And then we'll drop it off, washed, dried, folded, and on hangers.
I
That's
like that. I like that a
incredible.
lot.
Right?
Yeah. That's what you need, man.
That's what my wife does, though.
Oh, well, I don't have one of those.
Not for free.
I pay her by the pound, too.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
So I'm like, perfect. So I separate everything, my formal wear,
Yeah.
my fun wear,
Right.
socks,
Perfect.
undies,
Yeah.
undershirts,
Play panties.
yeah, play panties,
What is happening?
leotards,
Yeah.
Okay.
headbands,
Right.
and then my cash clothes,
Right.
which you guys see, double denim.
Yeah. Right now you're wearing a denim shirt, denim leggings, and a denim hat.
Well, they're supposed to look like denim. The leggings, they're actually cotton.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but they're tight.
So at this point, because of your wide a range of clothes, your big wardrobe,
Mhm.
how much are you paying for this laundry service?
Well, I put the bags out there. I estimate I have 30 pounds. I mean,
So
I stand
you're-
on the scale with the bags.
Right.
You're just guesstimating at
Oh
this.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
rough. Put it outside that night. I come home the next day
Yeah.
and I have 2 bags of laundry folded and and on
Nice.
hangers. Yeah.
So they did what you paid them to do.
Well, I started going through it.
Where
and-
was it? Like outside?
Yeah, I just put it out my front door and in the bags I had the garbage bags because they don't have,
Right.
like,
But
the
where
nice
did they
ones.
put it?
I don't know, in the truck. In the washer and dryer.
When they delivered it, was it like
outside too.
okay?
Yeah.
So literal. I guess on their vehicle, Cameron. I don't know.
But you said they're on hangers. Did you just have them like hanging on your doorknob?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And in bags.
So
Okay,
they
perfect.
returned it to the place that you left it.
Yep.
Okay.
So I start going through it, see my cash,
Yeah.
Right.
see my formal,
Right.
but don't see my fun.
Your fun wear is gone.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I give him a call
That's
and I'm like,
that's a problem.
That
Yeah,
is
that's a big problem.
That's a
Yeah.
big problem.
So I give him a call and I'm like, hey guys,
You see my play panties anywhere?
yeah, you see all the fun stuff?
Yeah.
And they're like, we only picked up 2 bags.
No.
And I'm like,
Please
No, you
don't.
I'm like, why is no, I set out 3. And they're like, oh, well, when our person showed up, there was only 2. Do you guys remember valet garbage?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you remember the
no.
rules of valet
You're
garbage?
lying to me right now.
Bro, there's only one layer between me and you right
Okay.
now.
No.
Okay, hold on.
It's
Valet
denim,
gar-
and it's denim.
No.
Valet garbage
Are you serious?
was
Valet-
one bag once a week.
Well, no, 4 bags, but 1 bag a night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you had
For
3
4 nights.
trash bags,
Oh, they're only taking 1.
they took 1
Really?
trash bag. At a clothes.
No.
Picked out my fun stuff.
There's no way.
Well, valet garbage, they're not sorting through the bag to see what the contents.
Yeah.
So they pick up the lightest one, because you're silk and
Bingo.
everything.
But your weirdo neighbor would look through your content.
That's
and
probably true.
Choose that one though.
That's
Yeah.
insane, dude.
So I had to do a lot of shopping. It's not here yet, so. Still.
Okay, I just want to. I'm so sorry. I need to back up a bit.
You sure?
Yeah, because last week we discussed Josh's apartment life a little bit,
Yeah.
and
I'm finding new things.
He's adjusting to things.
Mhm. Oh yeah, remember today I showed up and they gave me like a little bag and it was like a ceviche kit.
What?
Right.
Yeah, it was like make your own ceviche, but
The complex?
yeah, because they do fun things. It was a ceviche kit, but you had to bring the seafood, so it was just like lemon juice, lime juice, and tomatoes,
And cilantro?
and cilantro. Like the full, but it was just like provide your own shrimp for
That's
this.
nothing.
They're like, hey, we feel bad about stealing your funwear.
Everybody got the ceviche kit.
Yeah, to
I'm just
cover up for the
saying.
fact that they stole your underwear.
Yeah.
Okay,
well.
so they steal your underwear,
Yeah.
but they give you some limes.
Here's some
Lemon
citrus
slimes. Yeah, and I got to buy the shrimp.
in the
Okay,
citrus
so-
capital of the world.
The ceviche is probably not happening.
It takes a while to cook
To get to the
shrimp.
store.
Yeah,
I have to say this, and I
With
mean
love?
this with love. I
Okay.
think Josh adjusting to apartment life
Mhm.
has been some of the best content we've had on the show in a while.
I think so too.
Because here's the thing.
it's a learning.
We
It's
had a
big
people,
learning
like,
curve.
that were really on your side and felt, the fact that you have to carry these dogs upstairs.
And downstairs.
The passion and the love
Right.
that you have
Right.
for your dogs and your animals
Oh, I am
and your
cursing-
underwear now.
I'm cursing her out in her ear when I'm carrying her up.
Who?
My dog.
Oh,
Well, I'll
okay.
say this
Why
though.
can't you just walk?
I know, but here's the thing. So you find out about the drama last week
Right.
with the
The
doo-doo
doo-doo
scoopers,
divine, yep.
all that stuff with the dogs and stuff. This week you find out that your curbside to-go laundry service only took 2 bags out of 3
Mhm.
because your valet garbage threw
Picked
away
up.
your underwear.
Yes, socks and leotards.
Now,
And I
okay,
got the ceviche kit.
but you got some
That's-
citrus.
It feels like a win.
It
that does feel like a win. That's
at
not
the end of
bad,
the
and that's a
day.
really good update for apartment life, actually.
Yeah.
I like it. a lot.
So now to the letter.
Okay.
Guys, her name is Angela,
Okay.
and she's from Akron,
That's
Ohio.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
She says,
Hey, Angela.
guys, I'm an older lady,
Okay.
but I was just made to feel young. And it really made me feel good.
Yeah,
Amen.
it does.
So I've been trying to make other people feel younger than they are.
Okay.
Have you guys ever been made to feel young or old,
I see what you're saying.
but young?
I know. I see what you're saying. I think because so like maybe someone says like, oh, like I need to see your ID
Bingo.
before you get
Yep.
okay, and you're like, oh, that's flattering, but
Yeah. And they're like,
Okay.
no, I have to. It
I'm a
doesn't-
grown man,
yeah,
right?
You could be a skeleton. a
I
100-year-old.
I was made to feel young. The last triathlon that I entered, I
Oh
would
my-
say the
Was this a
average
dream?
age was like, no, this is real life.
Triathlon.
I would say the average age was 20 to 26.
Okay.
That's not an average. That's a range.
I'm healthy.
You gave us a range.
The average age was 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
I'm healthily in my 30s.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be tough for me.
Right.
Okay.
I cleared all 3 sections of the triathlon:
What were they?
What is this? Yeah, describe it.
running,
Okay. Perfect.
swimming,
Yes.
and bicycling.
How
Okay.
far for each?
Running was a couple miles.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Okay, so it was on the Wii.
Okay.
It was Wii Sports.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
There
in
we
someone's
go.
dorm room. It was
Yep.
Wii Sports.
Yep.
But I smoked those
them.
kids,
Yeah.
bro.
Because
I-
you had to move those paddles.
They had no idea how to even use the motion sensors.
Oh, I bet not.
I smoked those paddy wagons.
Listen,
But I felt super young afterwards.
I
You
mean,
should feel old because you just said paddy wagons.
Well,
you did say paddy wagons. You also led us to believe that you've done a triathlon.
I have done a triathlon, Cameron. I didn't say it was recently
Or real.
Or
or
real.
real.
You stood in one spot and waved some wands
Okay,
around.
baby boy, tell us about your
Hold on.
young
Well,
story.
Before Cam goes.
Okay, Josh is in.
I was made to feel young recently because I had to Google how to write a check.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I had no idea how
You had
to
to
write
pay
a
for your
check.
curbside laundry?
Yeah.
You have checks?
No, I had to go to the bank for one check, actually.
For what?
To pay something. Don't
Okay,
get all of my
all right.
business.
Well, geez.
You have to pay for some services.
That's her Viche kit, probably.
So, yeah, I had to Google how to write out the money in the check.
That
where
made
to-
you feel young?
Yeah.
I guess because people who
Doesn't that make you feel old?
well, no,
No,
I think
I was
because
never
I see what
Because you
Exposed
didn't
to
know
chicks.
how to do
Yeah.
it.
that's you grew up in the digital age.
Yes,
I
I
see
did.
what you're saying.
Digital
Yeah,
boy.
the last time I wrote a check was for like a test on how to do basic finances in junior year of high school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that
It
makes
didn't-
sense.
Yep.
I haven't had checks in years.
Have you
I
ever
mean-
used a check, Cameron?
Yeah, I used to have to
Yeah.
write them all the time for my apartment.
I
I don't know why that was the only way
What
to
kind
take
of
payment.
what kind of
Why?
under the table apartment system you living in?
Yeah,
Like
I
with
don't know,
a,
dude. I mean, they weren't giving out ceviche kits or stealing my underwear, so I guess
That's
it's
true.
a pretty good situation.
a
Sounds like it.
non-perverted apartment
I mean,
complex.
I felt
Mm.
both young,
Okay.
and like a kind of like a hero to a younger
A
generation.
young hero.
Here we go.
recently.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So I was
I love that.
I was at this wedding,
Felt like a young hero.
okay, and we
You're
were
at a wedding.
I'm at a wedding and I'm dancing. Obviously, it was
What's
a
your role at the
beautiful.
wedding?
I was just there as an attendee.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
that's fine.
I was invited,
Okay.
and we had dinner.
Yep.
There was some dancing that started.
Uh-huh.
I haven't partaken in
course
the
not.
dancing yet.
No.
Put your eyeball on the floor.
I'm kind of watching
You're
to
carving out your-
circle.
You like to see, you don't want to get up there in the first song
I see what you're
because you
saying.
want to see like who's the good dancers
Who's
up
my
here. Who am I?
competition?
Who am I
Right.
going to be competing against
Right.
in the dance circle?
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of watching. But then they play, the cha-cha slide,
Okay.
There it is.
and I've got to
Cupid
get up
shuffle,
there.
maybe.
No, this was the cha-cha slide, and so different song.
Okay.
But I got to get up there and show my moves.
Okay.
Right.
They're called to you. It's very easy.
Right.
Okay. They're called to you.
Yeah, and so
They go, here comes
anyways,
that young hero.
and so I get up there. Well, that song ends. It goes very well for me.
Yeah. Are you front row in it?
Yes,
Yes.
I didn't
Whoa.
mean to.
Yeah. They
But-
kind of moved you.
They didn't move me.
The
But I
crowd moved
think
you up.
they were probably wanting to scoot back a little bit just to see.
Mm. He's
Well,
got-
you
he's
look
got-
like somebody that would know how to do a cha-cha slide.
He's got a wide
Oh,
girth for his cha-cha.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, anyways, that song ends, and
Yep.
immediately,
Mhm.
okay,
What comes on next?
Soldier Boy.
No.
Okay,
Wow.
crank that Soldier Boy.
Bow, bow, bow.
I don't know if it
You
has
got that steel
instrument.
drum in it.
Yep.
Come
Okay,
on.
can you make it more steely?
Yeah.
Okay,
Less,
That's,
actually.
that's worse.
Sorry.
Anyways, so this song comes on. What do?
You have to crank it.
Exit.
You have to
I
crank
exit
it.
the
Yeah.
floor
And
immediately.
you start dancing,
You're
Excuse me,
crank-
sir. I need to crank it.
and so I'm,
So it's just
immediately
you cranking it.
I'm in it. Yes, I'm in it. I'm cranking it
Now, okay.
on the dance floor.
I don't believe you for 1 second.
But here's the thing. Hold on.
Okay. Oh.
I'm ripping it. Okay, and I just happen to get a glance behind me.
Yeah. Go on.
Pull yourself together.
Okay.
I happen to get a glance behind me, and
Okay.
I'm like the only one dancing.
Yeah, of course
Of
you
course
are.
you are.
It's a
Some
young-
guy's cranking it on the dance floor. I'm not getting on it.
The cops are on their way, bro. Okay, hold on.
There's a younger
I-
generation.
I just want to say the idea of this young hero cranking it to Soldier Boy is way less believable than me running a triathlon.
What are you talking about? You didn't dance to that when you were in like middle school, high school,
Yeah,
Bingo, that was the
exactly.
time.
20 years ago.
right? And so I'm in it though. I'm like,
Okay.
Okay.
if they had just played it and I was sitting down, I wouldn't have moved on to the dance floor. to
Walk us
dance.
through
You would
it.
have cranked it onto the floor.
Yeah, walk us through it.
Right. I just did.
No, walk
So-
us through the step
but here's
by
the
step
thing.
Soldier Boy.
No, that's not how it happened. So I was dancing, okay, and I happened to get a glimpse behind me, and nobody else is really dancing,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
they're
My stomach
kind
hurts.
of they're
Yeah.
they're dancing, but they're not doing the right moves.
Yeah.
And somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Is this like a song that people know the
Right.
dance moves to?"
And you go, yeah, you got to crank it.
I'm like, "You know how to crank it?"
Yeah.
You don't know how to crank
And so what do I do?
it. You teach them
crank
how to
it.
crank
I
it.
teach
Soldier
them how
Boy.
to crank it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
got to.
For our listeners.
At that point, it's your obligation.
It's a moral conundrum.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
It really is.
Our show's not rehearsed. Where this is going to be risky, okay?
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of people are listening now, and they're going, Cameron, I vaguely recognize
Or a
this
large
song.
percentage have no idea.
Yeah, right. I kind of recognize it because of Wayne's really good impression earlier. But can you explain to us how you cranked that Soldier Boy?
Listen, all you have to do. Okay.
Okay, describe it.
Wayne, put both hands up on one side,
Okay,
kind of like this.
okay.
Now rev it.
Rev it? I rev
What are
it?
you revving?
Jesus.
Why are you revving a motorcycle sideways?
Just crank it.
Okay.
Are his legs not doing anything during this time?
I don't think so. He did it wrong.
James Earl Webb, who later became known as Doc Webb, was born in the late 1800s in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay. Wow. Usually don't give us both names right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Doc Webb was a very interesting character.
Sounds like a villain.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah, we'll get there.
Doc Webb.
Yes,
He was really charismatic, and at that point in time in history, when you're really charismatic and outgoing, you're a likable person, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. So most folks who kind of fit that stereotype, they become like a preacher.
Yeah.
Somebody that can build a crowd, build a following.
Right.
Doc Webb became a doctor,
Okay.
hence the name
Perfect.
Doc Webb. He studied science and ancient medicines, and he would travel all over the state of Tennessee, providing remedies for everything from broken limbs to the common cold.
Okay.
Okay.
Since he wouldn't stay in one town too long,
Yep.
Doc Webb would offer to sell some of these remedies
Of course.
to help people out while he was gone.
Right.
I'm not going to be here very long. I'm going
right.
to go to the next town. Would you like to buy some of these things
Mm.
so you can stay healthy while I'm gone?
Ah,
Makes
you can
sense.
you can buy those things on the Doc Web now. Actually.
I knew that was coming. DOC is like doctor.
Oh,
Some of these remedies included rare crystals,
good deal.
Wow. Okay.
rare stones,
Yep.
and small bottles of snake oil.
It's one of my favorite oils.
Yeah.
it's a
Yep.
strong
Now, we
oil.
know that the term snake oil salesman, that means con artist.
Right.
Yes, it does.
We know that now, but back then people didn't know any better. So Doc Webb made a lot of money off of a lot of vulnerable people.
Okay.
Was it real snake oil?
It was, but it didn't do anything.
Okay. Cool.
If you're not feeling good,
Yep.
and this guy shows up to your town and goes, "I've got these rare crystals,"
Put 'em-
immediately
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, "I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
not gonna make it out of this."
I mean, I don't know. I feel kind of good about it.
Yeah.
Do
I
you?
would say put those in
Especially
my
if he's like,
pocket.
I also have snake oil.
Oh,
I
And
see what you're saying.
I'm
the
gonna live
crystals-
forever.
Yeah, with snake oil.
Here's the thing: one day, while traveling near his hometown,
Okay.
one of his old teachers starts reminding everyone that there was no way this guy could be a doctor because he never graduated her 4th grade class.
Well,
They skipped it though.
I'm pretty sure you can skip 4th grade
Yeah.
and still be a doctor.
Actually, Doc Webb had dropped out of school at 9 years old.
to go to college.
I don't understand. Yeah. What's the issue?
Eventually,
He's so advanced.
yeah. Eventually, Dookie Howser. Eventually, people
What?
began to catch on,
Yeah.
and Doc Webb, he did what most people do when they find themselves in trouble
Right.
in the late 1800s.
Lie.
He lied and fled to Florida.
He goes to a
Amen.
different town.
Yeah, he left to
Perfect.
Florida. In 1925, Doc took advantage of something that we've discussed on this show multiple times.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to pause the story right here, and I'm going to see if the boys can answer this question.
Distance.
We definitely
In 1925, Doc took advantage of something that we discussed on the show before. A little bit of trivia here. The winner of this trivia session
can. Wow.
will receive a bottle of snake oil
The Great
Perfect.
Depression.
and a rare stone.
You're what?
It's multiple choice.
Okay.
What was happening?
not on at
What
all.
was happening in Florida in the 1920s that made a few people a lot of money? Is it A, the trial of O.J. Simpson?
Okay.
Oh wow.
Seems legit.
B, the invasion of Baghdad, which led to thousands of war crimes and international tribunals
What?
attempting to charge U.S.
Okay.
President George
Well.
W. Bush with crimes against humanity?
Okay. Wow.
I don't
maybe.
think it.
Or C, was it the Florida land boom?
What's
Oh,
D?
wow.
Because I feel like there's
There's just the three.
okay.
Was there like a geyser struck of
So
snake
the
oil?
Florida land boom, we've discussed it on the show multiple
Yeah.
times, and it's where, like, basically Florida was such an undesirable place to live
Yeah.
Right.
that acres of land were being sold for like $1. People
Love
were
it.
like, "Hey, you want to live in Florida? It's $1." and people fell for it, and so they called it the Florida land boom.
Right.
And
Yep.
Doc Webb took advantage of this in the 1920s. He did what a lot of people did. He actually purchased the land through the U.S. Postal Service.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
crazy.
That is crazy.
It's insane. Doc saw an advertisement that was selling 2 lots of land with a drugstore on the property.
What?
Wow.
On the corner of 9th Street and 2nd Avenue in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh my
And he got
gosh.
it for a few bucks.
Got it for a few bucks. So I want to reiterate the fact that these
Okay.
2 lots of land had a
Yeah.
drugstore on the
Right.
property.
And he's a doctor. It makes sense.
Right.
Well,
Which meant that Doc Webb was tempted to go back into his old ways.
Oh.
yeah.
I don't think it's a temptation.
Yeah,
I
he's just going to do it.
I think he planned it
I
out.
just-
yeah.
I bought property and an occupation.
Yeah.
Right.
He decides he's going to buy the land and the drugstore, and he starts peddling his miracle cures once again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, he does it a little bit differently. He sold real medicine along with his snake oils,
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
and
yeah.
he booked carnival acts to promote the location in the parking lot.
Okay.
Well, that's a stretch.
it doesn't seem to go together.
No.
Doc Webb dreamed up one of the most ludicrous business models in the history of the state of Florida.
What?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Wouldn't you want to see a strongman competition
Absolutely.
when you're going to buy a bottle of like Advil?
At any time during my day, I would love to
yes.
see a strongman time.
Yeah.
That's exactly what people did. That's what brought them to Doc Webb's store. He would hire traveling circuses
Okay.
to put on shows in the parking lot of his drugstore so that people would choose his drugstore to go inside and shop.
This sounds like our flea market.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
It's relatively
that's
close.
exactly what they do. They have a circus, and then you could also buy
This
an
is true.
alligator.
Yeah, but this is true. Eventually, customers start showing up and like in droves
Of course.
to buy medicine and to see his carnivals.
Right.
Yep.
And they start telling him, like, look, man, you should just sell other stuff too because
Yeah.
we love what you're doing here. And maybe you could expand more than drugs.
Is there an option, like when I buy my Advil, like maybe there's a liquid that would make me also a muscle man?
Almost. In 1927, Doc Webb bought the adjoining 8 lots
Oh,
of
gosh.
land,
Jeez.
expanding his building, and he turned it into a grocery store as well.
Okay.
Okay, so he changed the name of
Okay.
the store from Doc Webb's Drugs
Right.
Okay.
to the world's most unusual drugstore.
Oh,
That's the
that's a
the
pretty.
official
that's the
name.
Okay. Okay.
Painted outside the building.
You're gonna want to
Well,
go check that out. For
yeah.
sure.
There's a carnival in the parking lot.
Okay.
Right. Oh, yes.
And behind it on a giant lit up sign is the world's most unusual
I
drugstore.
feel like you could shorten it.
I'm gonna check it out.
Here's the thing. The people of St. Petersburg continued flocking to his store, and Doc continued to hire entertainers to promote
Okay.
his business,
Mhm.
and he also continued to expand. Every single year, Doc would dump what he could of the store's profits into expanding the store even
Wow.
further.
Of course.
By
course.
year 4, he had a farm and garden center.
What?
He
Okay.
had multiple barbershops and a small section for women's clothing.
Okay, so he
Okay.
has a town at
Yes.
this point.
He's built a town.
This is all under one roof.
What?
What? Is this the world's longest building?
By year 5, he added a men's clothing and a children's clothing department.
Yep.
And by year 6, he added sporting goods. This is all under one roof.
This is a one-stop shop.
This is a mall.
This is all, we're getting close to that.
Mm.
It's all under one roof. So these weren't multiple buildings. It's a one-stop shop. Doc Webb was happy with how his business was growing,
Mhm.
but he felt like he was basically only getting clientele from Central Florida.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got big dreams. This guy's
Okay.
he's got big plans. So Doc, he placed his own ad in the St. Petersburg Times,
Mhm.
and his ad said the following: calling all beautiful women,
Perfect.
all shapes
Okay.
and sizes.
Yeah.
Doc needs you, and Doc will pay big.
Okay. That's something I don't respond
That
to.
seems a little sketchy.
gross.
Yes.
It's gross.
I've seen that ad before on Craigslist.
Bumble.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's the 1920s. Crazy things were happening.
Mhm.
The next day, hundreds of ladies were lined up
What?
outside the world's most unusual drugstore. Folks gathered from all over to see what the fuss was about. And as it turns out, Doc Webb was holding a beauty contest.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh.
It makes
Doc-
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc and all of his pervy friends
Wow.
would
Okay.
vote on the top 8 most beautiful women.
Oofa.
And those women would be sent on tour around the entire country to promote his drugstore.
Actually, Doc, I've got other things to do. I can't just tour the country.
Here's the thing. The remaining ladies who weren't chosen would be automatically given full-time jobs at the store to help promote items on a local level.
Okay.
So you would think,
Well,
in modern context, not going to work. That's a bad idea. Yeah, no one had a problem with it.
Well, I think ladies right now were like not allowed to work. Probably the men
that is
were
true.
working.
That is true. That
this
was
is like when like Pan Am is also doing the same type of thing with like flight attendants and stuff. Like,
they were
that-
overly sexualizing everything, and as much as they could.
yeah, and
right.
like really pulling like the whole workforce.
That's what they
sexy
did.
workforce.
It
Sexy
was-
workforce.
It actually turned out to be Doc's most successful marketing campaign to date. His drugstore became a nationwide sensation,
Okay.
with people from all over the country coming to shop and be entertained. And even though Doc's store, it was not the first department store in Florida, it became known as the first department store in Florida because of its insane popularity.
Wow.
So from around the country, people are going, hey, the first department store ever in the Southeast U.S.
Yep.
is Doc Webb's most unusual drugstore.
That's right.
He's taking the credit for it.
Crazy.
Here's the thing. Doc Webb is doing what he's always done, okay? He's taking advantage of people. He's manipulating people. And he's still a snake oil salesman, but just on a larger scale.
In his blood. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just
At
on a
heart.
larger
At
scale.
heart, yeah.
He's tricking people. Here's the thing. At the height of his popularity, Doc Webb's drugstore had 77 departments,
What?
and it took up 10 city blocks.
Good God.
This
That's
place
insane.
was one
Yeah.
building, and it was massive.
It's a lot of managers. If you're a department
He had
manager.
over 1,300 employees.
Jeez.
What?
And from day one
Oh my
until its
gosh.
last day, his strategy remained the same. His slogan was actually "Stack it high and sell it cheap."
Amen.
He would put
Crank
out.
it.
He would
Wow.
crank it. He'd put out crazy marketing
Uh-huh.
campaigns, and then people would show up and buy it. It worked for almost 40 years.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But in
Until-
1960,
Okay.
Doc Webb found himself in trouble.
Oh no.
He and the
Makes
store,
sense.
yeah, inevitably. He and the store became the target of multiple ongoing protests organized by the NAACP.
Nice.
Organizers complained about unfair working conditions,
Mhm.
unfair representation, and immoral conduct.
Well,
Yeah.
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 I think we saw that coming.
So the protests gained so much attention that once again, Doc's store is in the nation's spotlight.
Oh
Right.
gosh.
And when your store is in the national spotlight for reasons that you don't want,
Yeah.
you're going to be distracted, maybe stressed out.
Okay.
You're not on your A game.
Okay.
So that's what's happening to Doc. He's a bit distracted. He's
Yep.
not focusing on what's
Not
happening
the
around the
marketing
store.
king.
In 1961, while Doc is distracted, a gentleman shows up to the store.
Yeah.
And he starts speaking to some of these managers who are protesting the working conditions.
Mhm.
And this gentleman says, "Hey, would you be willing to give me like a private behind the scenes tour of the place? I'm just kind of interested. I
Yeah.
want to see what's happening." And they're not happy with it, so they're like,
Yeah.
"Sure,
Right.
we'll give you a tour. Why not?" So this guy starts asking a ton of financial
Of
questions.
course.
He starts asking, "Where do you guys order your product? How do you get everything so cheap?
Yeah.
This
Who's your
guy.
Like,
supplier?
how do you who's your supplier?" Right? This guy's getting intimate business
Uh-oh.
knowledge behind the scenes. And as the man goes to leave, Doc Webb passes him by. They kind of cross paths.
Mhm.
And Doc overhears this guy say, "The business model is brilliant. Too bad you're in so much trouble, or else you could duplicate it."
Mm.
So Doc kind of pauses and he goes, "Hey, who's that guy over there?
Yeah.
Stop that guy.
Yeah.
What's going on?" Right? And none of the managers want to own up to anything. They didn't want to be
No.
like, "I've
Never
been giving
seen
away
the guy.
secrets." Right? So Doc starts getting furious. He corners this young manager
Mhm.
and he goes, "You tell me who that guy is. Tell me what his name is." And this young manager goes, "I don't know who the guy is. He came in here. All I know is his name is Sam Walton."
Oh my gosh.
2 years later,
Okay.
2 years later,
Yeah.
this is true. On July 2nd,
Uh-huh.
1962, Sam Walton, using Doc Webb's method,
Of course.
opened up the first Walmart in Arkansas.
Of course.
No
Florida would
way.
be.
Walmart turned the idea
Oh,
of department
gosh.
stores on its head by offering literally everything under the sun at prices that could not be beaten by smaller competitors.
Right.
They multiplied at a rapid pace. And then eventually, because of the competition from Walmart and the ongoing protests, the world's most unusual drugstore went out of business.
That's insane,
Less catchy
dude.
name, probably.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Walmart said, "Hey, you need a smaller name here, sir."
Yes.
What's
It needs to
interesting about
fit
this,
on like the lapel
It
of
does
a
not.
t-shirt.
well, it is just to kind of show you, like Doc was so focused on I'm getting bad press. This guy loved press. He's like the Donald Trump of press. Like he wants the attention, and now he's getting bad press, and he's so overwhelmed by that this guy walks in and goes, just tell me your secrets. I'm doing market research. And then he leaves back home to Arkansas.
Wow.
And then he's the founder of Walmart.
Love it.
I honestly, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just never had it in my head that Walmart was around in the 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, like, that's like the biggest.
Bingo.
The-
Seems
the
like an
strangest
80s thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I don't know why.
it is crazy. So Doc lost his company.
Wow.
He ended up living in St. Pete until 1974. But he never sold snake oil again. Never sold anything again.
Well, that's good.
He just kind of retired.
Yeah.
Went into
Dude hated Walmart though.
He was furious.
God, I never
Furious. But yeah, that's the story how one Florida con man basically led to the rise of department stores.
Okay, but he's also like, he's obviously a businessman.
Visionary.
The
Yes.
guy is good at what he did. He was able to sell
Yeah.
stuff. He was a
I mean,
salesman.
sounds sleazy.
Oh, sleep.
For
And
sure.
I think the thing about it is there was a department store chain down in Miami called Bourdain's, and they were actually the first department store,
Okay.
but they didn't market. They
Mm-mm.
just basically had this idea on a local level of,
Right.
hey, everything you need under one roof.
Yeah.
Doc is doing this, but with the idea of selling it to the masses of like, hey, come here. It's literally a one-stop shop. Get your hair cut.
Bingo.
He would actually have some of the ladies who did not win the beauty contest.
Mhm.
He had a department store. The part of his department store sold bathtubs and like kitchenware.
No.
Oh my god.
And he would have them in bathing suits taking bubble baths.
Okay.
And on the
guys at that time were like, "Oh my god."
yeah, on the first day that happened, they sold out of bathtubs. So the guy,
I want that one.
I go
Yeah.
to Walmart. I can't find anybody to get in the bath with.
that's what I'm saying is like,
Roasted.
as pervy and as gross as this guy
Yeah.
is, the guy's and he's a marketer. Like, he knows how to sell stuff. And then, I mean, here's the thing: if he had been paying attention,
Yep.
you know,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
who
Perverts
knows?
can only make it so far, like the presidency.
That's absolutely the case.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Episode 147.
147?
147.
We're getting close to that special.
We're getting
sure
close
are.
to this special 150.
I gotta
We've
get
got a
special
lot of
outfit.
things in the works. We have a documentary coming up that we're
Yeah.
very excited about, that we're a part of.
Next week.
Next
Oh, yeah.
week. The
Mhm.
People Who Live There is the name of the documentary. Make sure to check out the social that came out a couple days ago,
Mhm.
detailing that project, and lots of special stuff for you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah,
Very
we
excited.
we love you. We're excited about the rest of the year. Halloween special coming up as well. Super stoked.
Super stoked.
We will see you soon. See ya.
See ya.